The Studi is a beauty that is different by design.
Hey everybody, Kyle here again at the Studebaker National Museum. I am down here again in our small collections facility with a relatively new acquisition I wanted to share with you. Had a gentleman come in a few weeks ago whose uncle and I think father worked for Studebaker, and he donated several items, including this guardsman's time clock, a security guard's time clock used probably in the 1950s because this was built. There's a little plaque inside in July 1959. So you may or may not have seen one of these before, but it's kind of neat. Studebaker was, again, a huge company. The plant complex alone had 1 million square feet of internal space. Building 84, which many of you are familiar with, has 800,000 square feet by itself. And so that's a lot of ground to cover. And so Studebaker employed dozens of security guards to, again, keep watch of the plant complex. And so this would have been carried by one of those guards on his rounds at the plant. And so that's why it has a handle, again, but was physically carried. Some of them have straps for, ease of carrying. But why not use a wristwatch or other timekeeping device? Why a giant box like this? It's a good question. So this is a pretty foolproof mechanical way to track a guard's sort of rounds at the plant. He had, again, kind of go many places to make sure, he was covering his whole round. It was a mechanical way to do that. And so what he would do is there would be keys stored in little lock boxes, probably labeled. We don't have one, unfortunately, to show you. But they would have been on a wall of a building or on a post every several hundred feet. He'd go get that key. On the key was probably a little embossed number. They'd stick the key in here, and it would imprint that number on a pad of paper that corresponded to a specific time of day. And so again, he'd go up to each of these on his rounds, insert a different key in a different lockbox, and do it that way. We have the key that probably opened the box. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what it's from. So again, has about a 3 days worth of time you could sort of keep on that pad of paper in here before you had to switch it out. I'll open it up and show you the inside, maybe. Stand by. There you go. So the inside, relatively simple. Again, we don't have the paper, but the paper would have been placed over this middle notch here. When you turn the key, it would have imprinted that number on the corresponding time of day, whatever time of day it was, according to the clock. You would have to wind it, right, every few days. That's what this tool is here. So you take the tool out. Kind of looks like a little Allen wrench. Take the tool out. It would go in this little hole here. The S, and there's an S and F, and the S, again, since we're setting the clock, you would turn it to set the clock, and then keep the tool in the case here, because you would need it. So that's really it. These were very popular. Again, it's a kind of a foolproof way, an added security measure, making sure that guards were getting through their entire rounds, and again, tracking their movements. It was a big company. They made a lot of cars, so security was a concern. So anyway, thanks again for joining me, and come see us soon.
Studebaker is different by design.